incredibly difficult, incredibly misleading market because the prices just swing on no volume, you got to fall back on the long-term themes that will likely pull through no matter what happens internationally, which is what's driving our markets right now. And there are very few themes we like more than natural gas, the energy source that's 40% cleaner than coal, 30% cleaner than oil, and much more realistic as a bridge fuel than wind or solar when it comes to combating climate change or ending our addiction to foreign oil, especially since we have so much much of the stuff in the country, and because it could create hundreds of thousands of jobs building out nat gas infrastructure. Natural gas stocks have been some of the most amazing outperformers in the market for the last 2 decades. But now we have to worry that they could soon hit a wall. It's a wall called Washington. To listen to President Obama, who absolutely adores the chimera of clean coal, an oxymoron if there ever was one, or if you read his budget, you wouldn't even know natural gas exists except as something to be taxed. Luckily, there are some good guys in Washington when it comes to the need to adopt natural gas. One of them is a man by the name of John Sullivan. He's the Republican congressman from Oklahoma's 1st District. We learned firsthand the importance of natural gas to the great state of Oklahoma when we visited Oklahoma University's Price School of Business on our back-to-school tour back in October, where we could see that the state is really, really wealthy, and it allows kids to go to school at a much lower price than most states because it's got so much oil and gas. Oklahoma accounts for about 10% of our country's total natural gas production. So Sullivan understands the importance of this fuel. He's already pushed a bill that would expand research and development into natural gas engines through the House of Representatives, and he's the lead Republican sponsor and co-author of the Nat Gas Act, a piece of legislation that would do wonders for the industry by creating tax credits for automakers who make natural gas fueled cars and trucks available in America, as well as the consumers who buy them. This is the act that Boone Pickens came on the show and said would be passed by Memorial Day, or he would give me like $100, which I guess would be substantial. Given the number of obstacles to natural gas futures coming out of Washington, from cap and trade to attempts to overregulate hydraulic fracturing, which is how you get the stuff out, we need to understand the political lay of the land. And I can't think of anyone better positioned to help us than Congressman John Sullivan of Oklahoma. Representative Sullivan, welcome to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. It's an honor to be here.
Okay, I need your help. Many of the great executives in the natural gas industry have told me that it's just a matter of time before the president comes around to this view. They told me this in September. They told me this right before the State of the Union. They told me this before the budget. I don't see it that way, and I know from your leadoff of the House Select Committee on Energy that you too are kind of mystified. Could you please tell me what is happening in Washington that this fuel seems to be in last place after wind, after solar, after oil, and incredibly after coal?
Well, like you said earlier, natural gas needs to be the bridge fuel as we look at an all of the above energy strategy, looking at wind, solar, nuclear, all those things, coal, all those things need to be looked at. But they aren't going to happen for a long time. The alternative energy sources aren't going to happen for a long time. So using natural gas makes all the sense in the world. Barack Obama has paid lip service to it in meetings, but publicly he's not said much. I thought in his State of the Union address, I think you did too, Jim, that he was going to mention something on natural gas, and he failed to do so. We have 120 years reserves of natural gas here in the United States of America. It's abundant. It's American-made. We can lessen our dependence on foreign oil if we use it here. I mean, we're giving money to people that want to terrorize us. We can use it right here. We need to get more natural gas vehicles on the roads here in the United States. There's 10 million natural gas vehicles around the world, in Latin America, Asia, Europe. Right. Only 150,000 here in the United States. We need to get it going, man.
Now, one of the things that look, I've got to tell you, I soul search about this every day because, remember, we even had the incoming director of the Sierra Club come on and say exactly what you were saying. This is Sierra Club. Right. I mean, aren't they supposed to be worried about the environment? Yeah, I mean, they think that this is a natural. But I actually see things going backward. I pick up the paper, and there's almost an article every other day, particularly in the New York Times, about how the kind of drilling that has been done for 40 years safely in this country is about to spoil our drinking water. You actually raised the question in the key Exxon-XTO merger hearings about the idea that the EPA could get rid of the Safe Drinking Water Act exemption, which would really pretty much shut down drilling almost everywhere, except for Oklahoma, because you've got some preemption. Is it possible that the EPA is going to come in and start regulating this when they don't have the right to do it?
It's a backdoor attempt to try to get at the industry. You know, like you said, Jim, hydraulic fracking is one of the ways we've been able to get these 120 years reserves. You know, shale drilling, horizontal drilling, going down, going sideways, very precise, and the hydraulic fracking. Shooting fluid down in the formation, cracking the rock and getting the gas out.
Right.
It's for 60 years they've been using it. There's not one instance where it's leaked into groundwater. It's absolutely asinine that they're trying to do it.
The New York Times has a story every other day saying it had to be doing it.
No, it's not. It's not. There's not one instance of it. You know,
well, they can't be making it up. They wouldn't get past the editors.
They are making it up. They are making it up. In the ExxonMobil XTO merger, that was contingent that this does not pass or ExxonMobil will back out of the deal. And you know what? If we get on natural gas, and I'm glad, Jim, that you're a crusader on this because we need you so badly. You and Boone Pickens are helping a lot on this. But it's going to create jobs in America.
I know.
You know, Barack Obama's talking about government jobs. These are private sector jobs. There's 3 million people that work in the natural gas industry. If we pass these bills in Congress and get an infrastructure built up, like you said, we could create 1 million, 2 million jobs more in America. That'd be great. Right. Also, it's a national security issue. We need to lessen our dependence on foreign oil. It's got to stop.
Well, could you help me? We've been trying. I mean, again, I play with an open hand on the show. We've been trying to get one single senator in the United States, and I think there's like 100 of them. I took that class. There has got to be one senator who's willing to come on Mad Money and say that he thinks natural gas could be important. We can't find him. I mean, like, you know, it's like, where's Waldo? I mean, where do we find that senator?
Well, we need to. We need to have Senate leadership on this issue and in the House, and I'm working hard in the House. I'm shouting from the rooftops. I'm glad I've got to get on your show. We're going to do all we can to get out there. You, Jim, again, thanks for your leadership on this. And T. Boone Pickens has helped a lot, too. He's endorsed my plan. It's bills. It's on the Pickens plan. He's been a tremendous help, too. Thank God for him.
You know, Aubrey McClellan said some stuff last week. He said, and I just don't know how a group of people as smart as the people we've elected to lead this country are can ignore what I think is one of the greatest technological advances of our time. Is it possible that the technology has happened so quickly that maybe there are people who don't know that we have these resources? Because, you know, I'm looking at these articles about how we're going to bring in Alaskan natural gas. Alaskan natural gas is a fraction of what we have in Pennsylvania. So maybe people just don't get it yet?
They don't get it. I mean, it's not the technological advances. Horizontal drilling, hydraulic fracking has been going on for a long time. We need to develop this. I mean, this is a national security issue. It's going to create jobs. Aubrey McClendon at Chesapeake's right. Larry Nichols at Devon are right. Randy Fauch at Laredo. These guys are leaders in this. They're trying to get the message out. There is a new group in Washington called ANGA, American Natural Gas Association. They're going to try really hard to get the message out. I've met with them. We're going to work hard to get this out. But it's going to take people like you, Jim, me, and others in Congress that keep
I'm just a cable TV host.
What's that?
I'm just a cable TV host, man.
Well, you have a big following here in Tulsa, and you have a big following around the country.
Well,
I know
appreciate it. Okay, well, look, if you can find us a senator, I'll take any senator. I mean, you know, I'll take, you know, even like, you know, anybody. I don't want to name anybody. I'm happy to have one. All right, anyway, Representative John Sullivan, Congressman from Oklahoma's 1st District, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks. Keep up the good work, Jim.
Thank you. Will do.
Thank you.
Guys, I would not keep up the work if I didn't think we were making money. These have been the best performing stocks. If they were the worst performing stocks, as much as I care about this issue personally, you would never hear about it once. After the break, I'll try to make you money.